Hello, Stampin' friends, and welcome. This is Dee Osburn, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today, we'll be making this card with some of the new product in the mini catalog that's just been released. And I will list everything that we've used down below, all the dimensions, and where you can find them, the links for where you can get those products. So if you are enjoying this video as you go along, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to get notified when I upload new videos, click that bell so you can get that notification. And leave me a comment and let me know how you like this card. I will be sure and comment back to you. All right, so let's get started. This card is going to use a variety of products. So let's look at what we're going to use. I'm going to use the designer series paper from the mini catalog, and it is called Flowering Fields, and it is absolutely beautiful. I want to show it to you. So we have this piece of paper. There's two of each, so there's that paper, and on the flip side, this beautiful, colorful paper. This paper is beautiful, and the quality is so nice. I'm really loving this paper. So there's that piece. This one I love. There's these polka dots, and on the other side are some clouds. I have so many ideas to do with these clouds. It's just awesome. And then we have these beautiful tulips. Tulips are one of my favorite flowers. Rose is probably my favorite flower, and I absolutely love dahlias and peonies or peonies, however you say it. But tulips, love tulips as well. And I love this side because I can see so many things that you could use these two together so nicely. This one, gorgeous. Love the big tulips. I see ribbon with this. I see a white fluffy ribbon, or this color. Oh, it's so pretty. And then on this side, we have some clouds. This is like a field of tulips. Let's turn it. Look at that. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Wouldn't you love to just be like having a picnic out there, looking at those beautiful flowers? And then on this side, this beautiful paper. And then there is this paper, which we are going to use. We're going to use this one. And on the other side, I love these beautiful, they almost look like California poppies, but they are tulips. Beautiful paper. I almost hate to cut it because I love that side so much. But we're going to use this side. Okay, so that's in the mini catalog. And we're also going to use a stamp set from the mini catalog. We're going to use Flowing Flowers, and we're going to use this one right here. It is also in the mini catalog. And don't forget, it's Celebration. So every time you place a $50 order, Stampin' Up! Allows you to order from the Celebration catalog for free. And then we're also going to be using an older stamp set that is, I do believe, still current. And that is the Mini Messages stamp set. On that card, I used just a card to say hello. But on this one, I'm going to use, I'm so happy to celebrate these moments with you. But this card, you could use be strong, be brave. You've got this. It could be a great encouragement card. You could use happy birthday, hooray, it's your birthday, sending happy thoughts, thank you. Any of these would work. And you cut it out with this one die cut. It cuts out all these. It's one stamp. Here's the stamp right here. It's one stamp, and it cuts out, cuts out all of those sentiments. And I keep them just in a little container. And then whenever I need a quick sentiment, I have one. And I just love that. So very clever idea. We're going to use that today. Okay, so mini messages. There's also mini happenings. which is part of the same, it cuts out, the die cuts out all these as well. So, and I love this one, Friends Forever. That one's my favorite on here. And then Happily Ever After. Well, I love them all. Like hugs and kisses. I mean, love and hugs. That's what it says. All right, so let's get to this card. This card. I'm going to show you a technique to get the different colors on here. This stamp set is a distinctive stamp set, so when you stamp with it, it's beautiful anyway. But I'm going to show you a special technique that I did with a finger dauber to make the different colors, the different colors. I'm only using 2 colors, but you can see 3 in here. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of just jade, cut it 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I did find my bone folder, so I'm going to grab that out and make a nice crease right there. And then I'm going to take a piece of white cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to glue it to the inside where we put our message, whatever we want to say to the person that we're sending this to. So we'll put that on the inside right there. Okay. And then I'm going to take a piece of that beautiful Designer Series paper. Remember, it looked like that on that side, and it's this design on this side. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue that down. This is cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and so we're going to glue that to our card base. Okay. And now we can start creating our flower. So we're going to take a scrap of basic white that's big enough to stamp that flower twice. And hopefully I have one that's big enough. I should be able to stamp one there and then one there. So I should be okay. And we're going to take our 2 finger daubers. You need one for Daffodil Delight and one for Flirty Flamingo. Those are the 2 colors that I used. So Daffodil Delight and Flirty Flamingo. Okay. And we're going to use the Flirty Flamingo first. And we're going to ink up our finger dauber. And I like to kind of use the ink that's on the edges, the corners, because when we use our stamp, we always run right there in the middle, right? Well, there's lots of ink on the corners, and it doesn't soak up all the ink in the middle that you would use normally. So, and I'm just going to dab that on there. You can kind of see where it's kind of glistening where I've stamped it. So you definitely want to see that kind of glistening, see? Because that shows that I have stamped that. And I like the little dots right there to be inked up. So we're done with Flirty Flamingo. Now we're going to take our Daffodil Delight and we're going to do the same thing, except that we are going to do the rest of the flower, okay? And we're going to go all along the edge and the outside of the flower first, okay? And then we're going to move our way inward. Now, I don't want to get yellow on those little dots. Let's see if you can see it. I can make it so that the light shines on it. You can see it. Maybe if I get it just right. There we go. Okay. So I don't want to put yellow on that, but I do want to put a little bit of yellow around the edge of this, because that's going to turn that Flirty Flamingo kind of orange. Okay, and I'm going to do this twice. And now I'm going to huff on it. I don't know if you know what that means. But you just kind of like that, because the ink dries, because it takes a while to do that. So I'm going to put my little warm breath on there, and then I'm going to stamp it down. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I just love this stamp. Okay, now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go back to my Flirty Flamingo and my finger dauber. And I'm going to ink up my finger dauber. And I'm going to ink up just the center here. And you can see it glistening, so you know that you've got ink where you want it. Okay. And then I'm going to go with the Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to do the rest of the flower. Go along the edge first. And then move my way in, remembering that I don't want to put yellow on the, those little dots. I know there's a scientific name for what those are. But you know what I'm saying. Okay, so a little yellow turns that orange. Then I'm going to put some warm breath on here. And then I'm going to stamp. Ooh, just love that. Okay, so then I'm going to use my Stampin' scrub over here off camera, and I'm going to clean my stamp set and put that away. Okay, put my ink away, clean up as I go here a little bit. Okay. All right, now I have to use my scissors and fussy cut. That means cut these images out. Okay, so we're going to just cut along the edge of the flower. I have to put my glasses on. There we go. Now I can see what I'm doing. Cut along the edge of this flower, and you can leave a little white if you want, or you can not. That is completely up to you. When we use the dies, and there's no dies for this, but which is sad because I would be so happy if there was, but that's okay because this flower is super easy to cut out, and you just follow the edge and cut this flower out. So I'm going to cut both of these out, and then we'll move on to our next step. So I'm going to go finish cutting this out, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm just about done cutting this out. Super easy to cut out. Just follow that line. Doesn't have to be exact. And there we go. Voila. I am done. Okay, so now I have the two flowers that I'm going to use. Okay, aren't they lovely? Look at that. I think they're just beautiful. So pretty. All right, so I have those. Now I'm going to take a small piece of just jade, and I think I cut this out at 3 by 3. That's plenty big enough. And I'm going to use this die from the Forever Flourishing die set. It coordinates with Forever Fern, and it's a beautiful die set. It has so many wonderful dies in it. And I'm going to cut 2 of these out. So I'll cut one here, and then I'll just flip it over and cut another one right there. All right, so I will do that, and I will be right back. Okay, so I cut that out. It cuts out so beautifully. Just very nicely pops right out, right? So I have that. Throw that little piece away. And what I'm going to do is, let me bring the card back in. I'm going to take one of my flowers, and I'm going to adhere the leaf behind it. Okay, so I'm thinking kind of like that. And I'm just going to put a glue dot behind this leaf right here. So let's do that. Okay, and then I'm going to put the leaves behind it. See, I like this one to be a little bit longer. You have to be careful when you put it on your card, though, to make sure that, it doesn't stick out too far off your card. Okay, then I'm going to put this, let's bring the new card over. That one's going to go right about there. And I want this one to go right about there, okay? Maybe, so let's bring in our sentiment. I used the mini happenings and I cut out a bunch of the sentiments, and I'm going to use, I'm so happy to celebrate these moments with you. So we can kind of, piece this together before we glue it down so that we have an idea of how we want it to look. And I think, do I want this to go this back just a little bit, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Because remember, I'm going to have the gold. So I think right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a glue dot. Come here, glue dot. And I'm going to put it behind this leaf right here and glue it to that flower. I'm going to glue dot these two flowers together. Okay. So now I can put this leaf. And I think I'm going to cut this leaf in half because I don't want them to go in those directions. I want one to come out like this. So I'm going to put a glue dot on the front end of this one. And while I have it placed on my card, I'm just going to slide it underneath and see about where I might like it to go. I'm thinking, how about, you know what? I'm going to get my tweezers. I have these wonderful tweezers. I love these tweezers. So they're closed until you squeeze. So it holds it for you. You don't have to kill your hand to do it. So I'm going to slide it under here. And I think I want it to go about right there because I want to have another one, I think, come out. So I'm going to put it right there. And then this one, we'll put a glue dot on the front end of it. Okay. Oops. Gotta make it stick. Get on there. All right. And then I'm going to take my tweezers and I'm going to slide this. I kind of like that. Might have to have it just like that. And let's decide where I want this. And I think I kind of want it to be right there. There. So you just arrange your leaves so that they're sticking out. Because on this side, we're going to put some gold cord, which is the next thing that we're going to do. So you can get the Simply Elegant trim. It has silver and gold cord in it. And we're going to use the gold. And I actually have a little loose piece right here. And I'm going to wrap it around my fingers 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, I have a knot in that. Well, good thing I don't need that. So I'm just going to cut that right where that knot is. And I will take care of that knot later. Okay, so I have 4 loops here that I want to kind of behind here go right there. And then I'll spread them out. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over. And I'm going to put a glue dot right here. And I'll probably need another glue dot, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, and I want to put this right here. Definitely going to need another glue dot. Well, let's just start over. Let's put another glue dot on there now since we know we're going to need it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And we're going to put it on here just like that. Flip that over. That little piece just does not want to stay. Maybe a third glue dot. Yep, I think so. And we will attach that one right there. Oh, and it made a bigger loop. I kind of like that. Oh, maybe it's too big. I don't want it to be quite that big. There we go. And then we can decide where we want, the cord, and you can kind of arrange it and pull it apart like that, right? So now we're going to pop this piece up with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to use quite a few of them because this is a big element, right? So I don't want it to kind of sag down anywhere. Okay, and let's see. Let's turn it over and look now. It's so pretty. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. All right, so let's take these off. I'm just loving how this is coming together. It comes together so easy and quick, doesn't it? All right, so now don't press too hard. Don't let it stick until you get it just where you want it. Because, remember those can't stick off the card too terribly much because the envelope will, catch it. It can go off a little bit, but not too much. Okay, so there we go. Now for this piece is popped up, but this end isn't. So we need to pop this end up. Okay, so we're going to put a dimensional there, and we'll just put a glue dot on this side. Okay. It says, I'm happy to celebrate these moments with you. This could be a graduation card. It could be a wedding card. It could be, did I pull the stuff off the back of that? No. It could be did I say wedding? It could be wedding. It could be graduation. You know what? I was thinking this on the last card. I think we need 2 glue dots. 2 dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and put another dimensional underneath that because with all of this stuff popped up, I just think it needs to be popped up a little bit more, and then we can mush it down. Just make sure it's straight before we start mushing on it. I have a hard time sometimes with that. So let's make sure we have it just how we want it. Okay. And then that looks straight to me. We're going to mush that down. Okay, mush down, mush down, mush down. Okay. And there you have it. Isn't it pretty? I'm so happy to celebrate these moments with you. Graduation, wedding, birthday, new job. Oh gosh, so many things that you can celebrate with people, right? I'm sure you have thought of many as I'm saying this that I haven't even thought of. So there it is. Oh, no, we're not done yet. We still need to bling this baby up. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2-way glue pen. Let me grab that. And we're going to put a little bit of glue in the center. And then I like it on these, and I don't know what these are called. I forget what they're called. There's a scientific name, but put a little of that on each of those. And then I'm going to bring in some Stampin' glitter, dazzling diamonds. You can get glitter pretty much anywhere. And I'm going to sprinkle the glitter where I glued it. Okay. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Can you see it? Can you see it all glittery? Oh, so pretty. And the other thing that I think that we could do to kind of step this card up just a little bit is we could put some bling on here. So let's do that. Okay, so I am going to have a hard time deciding what I want to put on here. These are genial gems, and I kind of like the green ones, but they also have these gold ones. So you could use that, genial gems. If you have these champagne rhinestones, I don't know. Those might be a little too dark, I think. So anything that you have that you would like to put on there. I have these are iridescent, and so they kind of pick up the color that's in the card. So I kind of like those a little bit, but I also like, one of my favorites is the opal rounds. I love the opal rounds. And then there's also these, which kind of match. Those might be a little too orange, I think. I don't know. You pick whatever you want to put on yours. I mean, if you're like me, you have all kinds of little blingy stuff. I almost think I want to use the genial gems and bring some of that green around the card. Although I do love the opal rounds. But I'm going to use these, I think. I haven't used these yet, so I'm going to use these. I'm going to use the smaller ones, and maybe I will use the bigger one. Is that a big flower? Oh, but see, when you put it on there, it changes it to kind of an orangey. It doesn't show the green. So I don't think I'm going to do that. Changing my mind. We're creating here. Because I didn't put these on the original card, so this is an added thing. So I'm going to use the opal rounds. Going back to the opal rounds, I'm going to put one right there. And I'm going to put one. I'm going to put one right here. Actually, I think I'm going to move this one up. I want to move this one up just a touch. And put it right there, closer to the flower. And then I'm going to put one up here, closer to the flower. There. Oh, I like that. Do you like that? Leave me a comment and tell me if you like that. The original card, I did not put that on there. But on this one, I added I think I really like that. So leave me a comment and tell me which one you like better. Do you like it with the opal rounds, or do you like it without the opal rounds? And this one, I just put just a card to say hello, because then you can send it to anybody. And here, I'm so happy to celebrate these moments with you. And you could use that for lots of different occasions as well. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoyed this card. If you would like to see the current products that are available, don't forget it is celebration time. So you can go to www.deebeststamping.stampinup.net for a complete look at all the products currently available. All orders of $50. For every $50 that you order, you get to order something free out of the celebration catalog. And all orders over $40 or more will receive a bonus gift from me. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment and let me know how you liked it. And I will talk to you later and see you next time.